Welcome to Tucker Carlson today. So maybe for the past 5 years or so, the rest of the country has watched in shock and increasing horror as the city of Chicago has degraded to a point where a lot of people don't want to live there anymore. Chicago isn't just any city. It's not Phoenix or Charlotte, no offense. It's a historic American city. It's one of the cities that built all the rest of the cities in this country. It's a truly American place. It's a beautiful place. It's added to American culture immeasurably over the last 150 years. And now, in just a heartbeat, it is collapsing. And it's collapsing because of bad leadership, most recently under the mayor, Lori Lightfoot. So we're watching this. Everybody's seeing this happen. But the press in Chicago have pretty much ignored it. This is a city that produced Mike Royko. Some of the great journalists in American history came out of Chicago, had the most vibrant local news coverage of any city in the country. And yet they seem to be ignoring it, the people whose job it is to cover it. But one man stands apart from the herd in Chicago. His name is William J. Kelly. He is a lifelong journalist, and he is asking the questions that you would ask if your job is to cover Chicago, like, what the hell is this? And for his trouble, he has been punished personally by the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot. Anyway, we've watched this, we've admired him from afar, and we are grateful to have him in studio with us right now. William Kelly, host of Citizen Kelly Podcast. Mr. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm officially claiming asylum status. You will have to pry me off this table.
This is like the Swedish embassy. We welcome everybody being persecuted.
I'm half Swedish, so
me too.
There you go.
It's a good feeling. So thank you very much. So before we get into the drama that has become your life, is that a Mike Royko book?
Yes, it is. I brought it for you. Since you mentioned Royko every time I'm on your show.
Well, I love Royko.
Well, then I dug it out for you.
30 years ago, when I worked at a newspaper,
Yeah.
we carried Mike Royko's column.
Is that right?
And I knew nothing about Royko. I knew nothing about Chicago, and I would read his column. He wrote like 3 columns a week.
Yes.
Quite a prolific man. Chain smoking pell-mells in his office and writing these things, and I just really became a huge fan. So you're one of the very few heirs to his legacy. Tell us about you and like where are you from and how did you wind up in this business?
Well, I was born on the south side of Chicago. Make your judgments if you must.
No, I like the south side of Chicago.
And you know what? It was actually providential to grow up there, considering what's happening in the country right now. Because unlike Vegas, what happens on the south side of Chicago typically goes straight to the White House.
But I'm really stunned by it. I guess it turns out. I don't know what happened, but something really profound happened.
I genuinely love Chicago. I will cover this Mayor Lightfoot's re-election campaign, whether she likes it or not. I hope to write a book about it.
You should.
It'll be the bookend to a boss.
So you should write a book about it. Tucker Carlson is the name of the show. New episodes 3 days a week on Fox Nation. Obviously, we'll see you every weeknight as long as we're able, 8 p.m. on the Fox News Channel.